What's going on? It's Eat My Fucking Diction. How's it going, guys? So, I didn't have any gameplay except for this N Plus game I was playing with Spoonerism, I Am Spoon, and Princess Diana. So, I don't feel like playing Black Ops right now, so you're going to have to watch this instead. This game's actually pretty rad, so... But I want to preface this commentary by saying I get a lot of questions of like, hey, Diction, you toke, man. They don't put it like that, obviously, but like, you smoke weed, man, you burn, whatever the terms are. And I'm saying no, I don't. I used to when I was in high school a lot. When I was between the ages of like 16 and 18. And I was doing it for the exact wrong reasons to smoke weed. I was getting over my first girlfriend who had dumped me, and I was super emo and sad about it. So my friend had like a limitless supply of weed, because his dad was a huge stoner and he got like pounds of it every month. So he would just like take a little bit of it and he would never notice, and we would just smoke it. And I did that for like an entire summer straight. I would just go to his place and I would get high, and we would have adventures and all this stuff. And I didn't really realize it at the time, but I hated being high. I fucking hated it. It did nothing good for me. And I was just kind of lying to myself because I was so like distraught over my girlfriend dumping me. So I was just kind of like, no, this is a good thing. No, this is what being high is supposed to be like. I'm totally, you know, like feeling better about this whole situation and about life. That wasn't true at all. I was just fucking lying to myself. I was distracting myself from the pain. The pain. And then I grew up and I realized it was just like not a big deal. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was my first girlfriend. That shit happens. But I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Like I don't like being high. It makes me. I already have an eating problem, clearly. So why would I want to pay money and choke my lungs to emphasize that and make it worse, to make me want to eat more? That's one thing. I'm already kind of paranoid and have a lot of anxiety. And it just, the weed, I don't know, it has the reverse effects of what it should on people, and it heightens my anxiety. And the paranoia thing, like, that's kind of one of the side effects, is people seem to get a little more paranoid when they're high. And, that just, like, boosts tenfold. So, it's like that. I always feel really itchy and dirty. I'm very aware of my body and the way I'm, like, sitting or standing, and it's just, like, not... It's just not fun. It's just not fun for me. And I tried for a long time to figure out exactly what was going on, and it's just one of those I'm just one of those people that if I smoke weed, just like it's no good. Like, I'm not a person who can smoke weed and have a good time and mellow out and chill. It's just not me. So that being said, I don't have a problem with people smoking weed. My roommate does it, and she's a totally functioning human being. I totally do think that it should be legalized as far as, actually, as far as anything goes. I honestly don't give a shit if people smoke weed as long as they're relatively responsible about it, you know, and they can, because I've met plenty of people who can drive fine when they're high and stuff like that, you know. So that's never been an issue. And, I think we're kind of getting to that point where it's about to... At least in California, like, it's pretty much, it's like you can smoke weed on a street corner and it's like a misdemeanor or some shit. Like the penalties for having small amounts of weed on you, like, you can't even. I don't know what the exact law is, but if you have like less than a certain amount of weed on you and you get searched by a cop, like, it doesn't mean shit. They basically just take your weed from you or some shit like that. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I've walked around San Francisco plenty of times, just seen people smoking right in the middle of like Market Street, which is a busy ass street, downtown San Francisco, like, no problems. So the reason I'm never ever going to smoke weed again is because I had a really, really, really bad night. I was hanging out with my roommates downstairs, and we were all drinking, and my one roommate, Jason, is very, very persistent about alcohol, so if there's alcohol around, he just starts pouring shots for people and doesn't even think about it, whether or not they want to keep drinking or not. And so I was like, in one of those moods, I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep drinking. So I had like shit ton of beer and a bunch of vodka and all this stuff, so I was wasted. And I just like, my roommate got home and they started smoking weed, and I was just kind of like, yeah, fuck it. They're passing around the bong. I was like, fuck it. And so I just, like, without even thinking, I just snatched the bong when they're rotating it around, and I just took a hit. And I stood up, and then I went upstairs, and I grabbed something to eat real quick, and then I went back downstairs, and I was just, like, standing there staring at them while they were sitting there, and they seemed to notice me staring, and I was like, oh, shit, no, I'm going upstairs. So I went upstairs to my room, and I was like, I'm going to bed. I have to go to bed. I don't feel good. And then I was laying in my bed, and I started tripping out, like, badly, like, really, really badly tripping out, as if I had eaten a bunch of, like, weed cookies or some shit. And it was horrifying, man. I was just laying in the dark, and I lost all sense of reality, and it was, like, way worse than that hippie festival that I talked about in the last commentary about drugs. Infinitely worse. I was completely gone. There is no other way to describe it. I was completely gone. I couldn't even speak. I was trying to scream for help because I thought I was dying. Like, it was bad. And I don't mean to, like, scare people or anything. This doesn't happen to everyone who smokes weed. Don't believe that shit. But I was fucking terrified. And then eventually I, like, keeled over and I just threw up everywhere. All over my sheets, all over my pillow, all over my floor. And that actually helped me because I woke up. That's when I kind of snapped back into reality, you know. And I was like, oh my god. And it was just like my entire fucking bed was just like caked in vomit. And I snapped into it. Oh, look, whales. I was like, yeah. Just trying to lighten the mood here because it's getting kind of serious. But I snapped back out of it, and I was like, okay, fuck, I got to clean this up. So I went through the whole process of, like, cleaning up, taking my sheets, taking them down to the washer, and taking a shower, and kind of just, like, relocating my brain. So that was the catalyst. I am never, ever, ever touching weed ever again. I'm totally cool with people smoking it. I'm totally cool with people smoking it around me, but I am never, ever, ever putting that shit back inside of me. That was kind of gay. Don't put it inside me. But, yeah, there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good day.